How did I make this incredibly cute little teeny tiny pendant? I don't even know. I was starting to make a ring, and then all of a sudden it just looked like it could be a pendant, and I went with it. I threw in this tiny little red glass bead at the very end. You can't even tell it's red. You got to hit it with the light. Wait a minute. Yeah, whatever. So these make cute pendants, earrings, whatever. Well, I'm going to show you. It's super easy, I think, if I can remember how I did it. I probably can't, which makes it more fun. 18 gauge. 18 gauge is a great gauge. And antique copper is a great color. And pretty much you just take a foot of this stuff, and no matter what you do, it's going to come out great. I pretty much guarantee it. Well, not really, but these are little African turquoise. They're like dyed jasper, but they call them African turquoise if you want to find them online. They're super pretty. And this is 6 millimeter. This little tiny red bead is 4 millimeter. Usually a red 4 millimeter can't have a hole big enough for 18 gauge. This is like the only exception I've ever found. That's pretty much why I threw it in there. But whatever. Let's just go with this. So bring this to the middle of the wire and then just crimp it like this. And this is the start of a ring. Like you could easily make a ring. That's what I was doing. Bring this one side around. And now you just wrap this around the ring mandrel, and you, like that, you just put it on there, wrap it around, and then wrap it around that way, and boom, you got a ring. But I was starting to mess with it, and I came up with some other ideas. So we're just gonna twist this around. Now, you got to be really tight with your finger strength, because 18 gauge will give you a hard time. So if you want to practice with 20, that's fine. 20 will work. But the 18 just is really just this beautiful strength. And I like to roll these loops really tight and still keep the strands side by side. And you gotta be careful not to scratch it, but if you grab it really tight and you know how to roll it just right, sometimes you can get it even tighter without getting any scratch marks in there. But that's up to you. You don't have to be that crazy. Basically, I just made this one loop, and then I came up and made another loop at the top. Like so. It's pretty already, right? And you can pretty much stop it there. You can wrap this around and tuck in the sharp ends and cut off the excess, tuck them in, and you're done. And you know, that's cute right there. That can make a cute earring. But I like to come around, see what else I can do. So kind of bring it around this way, bring it around this way. You know what? I think I needed to cut more wire than this to have more fun, but whatever. We'll do another one. How does this work? I'm trying to keep the strands side by side so they don't roll over each other, which is just my thing. You don't have to do that. So I'm out of wire here, so I'm just going to bring this one up to the top. And just wrap it around once and end it right there. Just gonna tuck that sharp end right. Just try to jam it right in there so it disappears. There we go. And it can't get to anyone. I didn't really tuck it totally, but it's kind of in the loop there, so we're good. And then this is cute. What we got left here. Let's take this around and oh, I should have brought that. Nah, I have to get it under there. Okay. There we go. That's cute too. And I am just going to end it with a tiny curlicue. I don't have much room for a big curlicue. Yeah, I definitely should have given myself more wire. But I think this one will be cute. Right? That's kind of cute. Kind of, sort of. Sort of, kind of. Give ourselves some chain. Oh, yeah. Put a couple of jump rings. Yeah, that'll be cute. Let's do another one, and let's give ourselves a. This time, let's do like almost 2 whole feet, like half a meter maybe. That should be good. And we're gonna bring the stone to the middle. Do the crimp. Bring one side around so they're together, the strands are together. And you can just do endless pretty things here, especially if you learn how to make these loops really tight. So I'm doing the same thing. I'm starting with one little tiny loop and I'm trying to roll it really tight. Really close to the stone too. You can make it tight and it starts moving up and up and up. I want it tight and close to the stone, because I'm greedy. There we go. Pretty, right? Right? And then we come up and do the other loop. Still trying to roll it tight. There's just so many endless things you could do here. So pretty. Let's try again. What did we do first? We came across this way. Let's come around. And then let's come across the bottom. Let's open up this loop a little bit, not go all the way up against the stone. Sometimes you want to be tight against stone. Sometimes you want to come out in a wide arc. It's all your preference. So I'm going to come across here. I think I'm going to wrap it around, follow up that same pattern, and I'm going to scarf it here so I can end it. These are so fun. There's so many variations I can do on this. And you guys hopefully are getting ideas for your own. You don't have to copy this exactly. You can, I don't care, but you could probably think of like all kinds of other things you can do. So again, I can do new patterns. I can come across. It's the strength of the 18 gauge holds itself up, so you don't need to really worry about anchoring it too often. But I think I'm just going to keep it simple. Yeah, that's boring. We got to do something a little more interesting. Let's, well, we came around there already. We got to keep that curve. Let's make a wider curve. Ooh, this is where we can put the red bead in. That'll be fun, because there's kind of an open area. Yes, look at that. Look at that. Oh, cute. Cute, right? Just right there in that open spot. And all right, and then should we scarf it? Here's the other fun part. You cut it right there, tuck in the sharp end and be done? Or do you take all this excess and make a gorgeous swirl? Well, I say make a gorgeous swirl, so that's what I'm going to do. So make yourself a loop, pinch it tight. Whoops, try not to slip. I've done these loops so many times, it's a shame I still slip, but it's more rushing than anything. If I go real careful, which I advise you do, because you guys don't have a camera to show off for, try to make them think you're super amazing. So you should take your time and relax. Just enjoy feeling the wire. Now this looks like a little guy or a little girl, cute little girl with she's got one little bead there, and then there's her face, there's her body, and there's her lower dress, and she's about to slam dunk this basketball. She has it up over her shoulder and she's gonna slam it. So where do we put that so the loop the swirl doesn't look goofy? You can play around. You can unwind it, wrap it all the way onto this side. Yeah, still looks silly. Where can we put it where it doesn't look silly? Roll it back up. We can kind of hide it a little bit in behind. Let's see. Hide it a little bit behind there. I think I'm gonna. It's a little bit too big of a swirl. I'm gonna unwind it. Use the unwound part to scarf it higher. There we go. Now it's a smaller, more manageable swirl. I could have cut it sooner. There we go. I kind of like that right there, the swirl in the front. Last but not least, see how it's rolling like this? I like to just mess with it so it lays flat. Because the more it lays flat, I feel like the more it's just going to lay flat on the person's chest when they wear it. And then they'll get to see all the beauty all at once. It won't be like rolling sideways. So that's close enough. You don't need perfection. Get some jump rings, throw a chain on there. We will be good to go. Let's do some more. This is fun. Let's just keep making these. For earrings, let's just keep it simple. Let's do take 2 pieces of wire that are the same length. Just put one up against the other and cut them to get them, you know, about the same length. And oh, we got to get more of those little African turquoise. Okay, this time we're just going to keep it simple. We're going to try to keep it simple so we can make 2 the same. So this time I cut it like a lot less, like 8 inches. Probably going to say, oh, I should have taken more, because that's what I do, but whatever. Oh, I crimped that the other way. Whoops. There we go. All right, now... All right, so we got the strands together. We're going to do our first loop. Yeah, you guys, you could do this with 20 gauge. I give you permission. It'll be just as good. When you can really get some strength in your fingers and you understand the way the wire works, 18 gauge is just really nice. All right, so got that tight, got our first loop in there, and our second loop. Now I got to remember to keep this simple. It's not in my nature. I think I'm going to come around like this. That's going to be our swirl, and this guy's just going to scarf it. So I'm going to wrap it around and around and around. And whoops. And then I'll cut this. So just get that right there, cut off the little end so we have just enough to tuck it in the little bowl that we made by wrapping it around. All right. And then as mentioned, this last guy will just be the swirl that will make earrings. And then you just, get earring hooks with the same color, preferably. If you don't have the same color, it's fine. Nobody cares except me. Where do we put that swirl now? So we hang it down. Yeah, that's cute. Hang it down right there. Like kind of just hang it right over the stone a little bit. Neat. That's a cute earring. All right. Turn it face for. There we go. All right. Let's put a hook on that little baby. See how it looks. Oh, it's cute. It is so cute. Straighten it out a little. Yes. Let's do another one. Normally I would just do this one and show you, but let's do it again so you don't have to rewind if you want to really get this. Again, let's crimp it. Okay, crimp it opposite sides. Okay, and then bring one side around. All right, right. Roll our first loop. This is fun. So much fun. All right, make it as tight as you can. Tight as you can, up against stone. All right, right. Come back around with a bigger loop at the top. Let's hold it up to the other one, make sure it's the same size. We want the loop a little higher up. Yeah, that works for me. Does it work for you guys? Okay, and we came around, and then one was going to be the swirl, the other one was going to scarf it. I think this one will be scarf it. Got to hold this tight. And around. And cut it. Tuck it in. Jam that little sharp end in there so it never comes out. And make the swirl on the other side. Sometimes I really go out of my way to make the earrings opposite, the loops opposite, everything opposite, but that can get really tricky when you're doing it for the first time. And then if you don't have a brain that thinks in mirror image easily, sometimes you trip yourself up and then you get annoyed, and you just don't worry about it, because nobody looks at both earrings at the exact same time. If they do, they're looking directly at the person's face as they're wearing them, in which case they see a pretty face. They're not examining both earrings to make sure they're exactly opposite. Usually you see one earring at a time as a person turns their head. All right, so this guy, gotta remember, I think we put him down here, right? We opened him up a little, put him down here on top of the stone, just slightly obscuring the stone, not completely. And let's see. Yeah, he doesn't look exactly. Wait a minute. Is that the front or back? Oh, here we go. There we go. They don't look exactly alike, but the swirls are going in. That last swirl is going in the opposite direction. So that's cool enough to make. Oh, wait. No, I think I reversed it. Yeah, I totally reversed it. Huh. I think I just flipped it around. That's one way to do it. So, in any case, put the hook on that.